This word character, it means fixed. It also means predictable. The word character also means image or statue. And I think that's the beauty of character. The word character means something that is fixed. It doesn't move. Something that is predictable. That means it doesn't change. You can predict it. The word character in the Hebrew language is the same word as statue. A statue. And last night we went downtown after the service, and I saw all these statues down there by the Parliament building. And I've been coming here for years, and those statues are still there. And what's amazing is they're doing the same thing I left them doing last year. And no matter how the weather changes, if it's cold, hot, rainy, they're still the same. That's the word in the Hebrew language for character, a statue. Why are those statues so strong? I mean, the winter in this city is cold. And Sir Winston Churchill is still smiling with a cigar. Pigeons come upon his head and release themselves, and he still smiles. One day it may get up to 80 degrees, and he still smiles. And then it gets down to -0, and he still smiles. In other words, he has character. The question is, how did he get that way? And that's what we want to talk about these few minutes. How do you develop a character that doesn't change, that is so strong that when the storms pass, you're still smiling? And when they come back, they still meet you doing the same thing you've been doing. You're the same way. You're the same, married to the same woman. That's character. Sometimes I go to visit pastors, and their wives changed. So what happened to your last wife? I remember this one really got me, and this is not to attack anyone or belittle anyone, but this one got me. I went to speak to Ray McCauley's church in South Africa one time, and I spoke there that year. The next year I went back, his wife wasn't there. So I'm waiting to meet his wife, okay? I'm sitting in the office waiting to meet his wife. And it's just a year later. And he says, we're not together anymore. This man had the largest church in the country, changed the wife in 1 year. So I decided I can't go back to this church anymore. So he invited me a number of times, and he doesn't understand. I can't come. I don't travel for money. You can't pay me to compromise with you. No character. When you get to know me, which I think some of you may have over the last few years, my first question is, how you doing? And my second question is always, how's your wife? Am I right? Why? I'm interested in your church first. Third question, how are your kids? Because your character is revealed in your stability. You're fixed, predictable. Character is defined by me as the manifestation of self-integrity. In other words, you are integrated in yourself so well that you are one all the time. One with yourself. It's based on self-discipline. You committed yourself to live on a certain level of standards that you won't compromise on. That's character. And the character also is regulated by a set of values and morals that you've decided that you will submit yourself to. The character is a complicated thing, but you got to learn how it develops. And if we're going to talk about standing the storm, nothing complicated but standing through a storm and being faithful. I mean, it's not complicated. All you need is character. Every time you pass a statue from now on, I want you to not ignore it. Just look at it again for a few seconds and drive on. Why? You're looking at character. Weather changes, moods change, environment change, but the statue doesn't change.